Good evening. I'm Elise Jane Brown, Director of Holocaust Education for the Jewish Federation of Greater MetroWest. I am honored to be here tonight with you to remember the 6 million Jews and 5 million others that were lost during the Holocaust. I am also honored to remember all those survivors that came forth, that rebuilt their lives, that grew to build incredible families and generations to come. I'm remembered on this beautiful spring day of the first book that was ever read to me about the Holocaust, Promise of a New Spring. And in Promise of a New Spring, while everything was remembered of all that was lost, it was also spoken about all the beauty that came in that spring of 1945 as the world and the survivors went on to rebuild. It is my hope that tonight we remember that promise of a new spring as we remember all that was lost and all that came out from it. Good evening.
I'm Dov Ben-Shimon, and I'm the CEO of our Jewish Federation of Greater MetroWest in New Jersey. Although we're not physically together right now, it gives me immense pride to know that in our virtual world, our new existence for the time being, we as one community are remembering and honoring the victims and the survivors of the Shoah, the Holocaust. As we faced dark times in the past few weeks, and hopefully brighter ones in the weeks ahead, we've been privileged to look to our Holocaust survivors for strength and inspiration and guidance. From the courage they still have and display, we too know that we have the ability to survive and to flourish. 75 years ago, the world saw the end of the greatest human-inflicted tragedy of all time. By joining together tonight, by being one as a community, by choosing to commemorate Yom Hashoah, even though it looks different than in the past, we're choosing to continue this lesson. Thank you, and shalom from New Jersey.
I'm Dawood Farahi, president of Kean University, and I'm here to stand with you and commemorate the Yom Hashoah. My dear friends, I wanted to be there with you in person, but the circumstances did not allow us to get together. As president of this university and as a very good friend of the Holocaust Resource Center, in the last 20 years, I have only missed one such commemoration. This is something humanity should never forget. This is something that had consequences in losses unimaginable. This is something that we all should focus on to make sure it never happens again. We're today talking about the coronavirus, a virus that is an invisible enemy, a virus we cannot directly fight. But bigotry and anti-Semitism are also viruses. Sometimes you don't see them. Sometimes they get their ugly heads out when you don't expect them. And sometimes they become the Holocaust. There is no vaccine for prejudice and anti-Semitism and bigotry. The only thing we can do is stand together and do not forget what happened and educate the next generation. The Holocaust Memorial that we're doing today is one of those things that we should do. And Kean University has been a leader in Holocaust education. You know all of those things that we have done. You know the thousands of students that we have educated about the Holocaust. You know about the 72 districts where the teachers or the graduates of the Kean program who are doing a great job informing the youngsters about what's happening in the world now and what happened 75 years ago. It is my hope that we get a chance to get together again and talk about what it is that we need to go forward with and what it is that we need to do in the future. And my only recommendation and request is that since many of the Holocaust survivors are either in their 90s or have passed away, many of them very good friends of mine, that we get the new generation to get involved in Holocaust education at Kean, to get involved with the Holocaust Resource Center at Kean, to get involved with the Human Rights Institute, which is a complement to the great job that we have been doing with the Holocaust Resource Center. So I wish you a great evening, and I wish I was with you tonight. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Brennan. I'm a teacher at Sparta High School. I'm also one of the teachers associated with the ID 1800 program. The other reason that I teach about the Holocaust is the Holocaust has lessons to offer us today, and it has lessons to offer us for the future. It has lessons to offer us about the nature of genocide.
I think it's really important to teach Holocaust education because the further we get from World War II, the more people are beginning to forget, the more apathetic people are. And there are actually situations that are happening now that are very similar that relate to the Holocaust. So not only learning of the trauma of one group of people, but avoiding having that trauma happen to anyone else.
Hello, my name is John Boyle. I'm a high school history teacher at Jefferson Township High School. Holocaust education is important to me because education and remembrance are the only cures for hatred and bigotry. The only way to prevent genocide, to prevent any kind of prejudice, is to remember and to educate other people. Holocaust education has made me a more caring, mindful, compassionate individual. Learning about other people's struggles and how to prevent them has just made me want to be a better person.
Holocaust education changed me because it gave me a new understanding on life. People say that history is bound to repeat itself, but I believe that all of us as human beings should try to prevent the Holocaust from happening again. No one needs to go through the unnecessary bloodshed that the Holocaust has caused ever again.
My name is Samara Haynes and I am a sophomore at Montclair High School. Holocaust education is important because education is the only way to ensure that the Holocaust never happens again. We can already see parallels between the Holocaust and the modern day. Holocaust education teaches us about the human story, not just the Jewish story. In learning about the genocides of the past, the behavior patterns that led to it, we can prevent future genocides.
Hi, I'm Robin.
Hi, I'm Riley.
And we're going to be reading a poem for you
entitled The Creed of a Holocaust Survivor by Alexander Kimmel. I do believe with all my heart in the natural goodness of man, despite the blood and destruction brought by one man trying to be God. In the goodness of man, I do believe. I do believe with all of my heart that God gave man the blessing and the curse. Man can select the curse of envy, hatred, and prejudices, or the blessing of love, harmony, and beauty. Despite the painful curses of the past, in the blessings of the Creator, I do believe. I do believe with all my heart that God created a beautiful world, the sun and the trees, the flowers and the bees. And the best way to serve God is to enjoy the fruits of his labor of love. Despite the painful memories from the past, in the joyful celebration of life, I do believe.
I do believe with all my heart that God has created man an image of his own, and killing of man is like killing of God. Despite the massacres in Rwanda, the cleansing in Bosnia, the folly of Muslim fanatics, and the cruelty of Pol Pot. In the love and compassion of the Creator, I do believe. I believe with all my heart that the Messiah and the kingdom of heaven will come, when man will conquer his destructive urge and learn how to live in harmony with nature and himself. When all the preachers of hate will be silenced, and man will become his brother's keeper, when man will stop killing man in the name of God, and nation will not lift weapons against nation. When it will be, I do not know, but despite all the signs to the contrary, in the dawn of a better world, I do believe.
Mizmor David Anaroi Lo Exar Bino Tedesha Yarbitin Yami Minuchod Yin Haleni Nafshi Shubev Yan Khani Bima Agile Sadek Leman Shemo Gam Kielech Begay Salmavet Loyara Kiatai Madi Shiftecha Mishatecha Hema Yanachamuni Taroch Lefanai Sholchanat Neged Sorarai Dishanta Hashem and Roshi Kosi Ribaya Ach Tova Vachasir Defuni Kliame Chayai
Psalms chapter 23. A psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divra chirusei v'yamlich machusei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beis Yisrael, ba'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach li'olam v'lomei umayah, Yisparach v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisraman v'yisnasei v'yisadar v'yisaleh v'yisalal shemei d'kedusha brichu v'yeila min kol birchasa v'shirasa tushbechasa v'nechemasa da'amiram b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Male rachamim shochem maromim hametzem melucha nechona tachat karfei השכינה במעלות הקדושים והטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים לנשמות כל אחינו בני ישראל שנטבחו בשואה ונשים וטף שנחנקו ושנשרפו ושנהרגו שמסרו את נפשם על קידוש השם בגן עדן תהא מנוחתם. הסתירם בסתר כנפיך לעולמים וצרור מצרור החיים ואת נשמותיהם. אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו ושרו על משכבותיהם ונאמר אמן.
Sagt mit Kate von Ast, du gehst den letzten Weg, weil Himmeln kleinen Verstellen neuen Tag. Kommen wir zu uns, wir wollen gebeten. gerenkte Schau. Es wird erbeugt und unser Trost mir seinen Dank. Kommen wir zu uns, die holzgerenkte Schau. Es wird erbeugt und unser Trost mir seinen Dank. Von weißen Palmenland bis weißen Land so schnell. Wir kommen an mit unser Teil, mit unser Weg. Und zu dem Fall dieser springt von unser Blut. Sprotz und Wetter, unser Wohle, unser Mut. Und zu dem Fall dieser springt von unser Blut. Sprotz und Wetter, unser Wohle, unser Mut. Das Lied geschrieben ist mit Blut und nicht im Blei. Das ist ein Lied von den Fähnlein der frei. Das so der Volk zwischen Farben die gewählt. Die Lied gesungen mit Nagales in die Hand. Das so der Volk zwischen Farben die gewählt. Die Lied gesungen mit Nagales in die Hand. Es wird der Morgen untergilden uns dem Heind. Und der Nächten wird verschwinden mit und Feind. Und neu versammeln wird die Sonne mit ihrem Kajor. Die Aperol soll gegen uns liegen, mit Gott, Vador.
Good evening. My name is Adara Goldberg, and I direct the Holocaust Resource Center of Kean University. On behalf of Kean, President Dawood Farahi, and the Jewish Federation of Greater MetroWest, New Jersey, I would like to thank you for participating in our program this evening. A special thanks goes out to our team at the Holocaust Council of MetroWest, Jamie, Elise, and Stacy, and to my team at the HRC, especially Sarah, who put tonight's program together. Thank you to those who contributed candlelighting photos, those of you who read psalms, sang poems, and delivered prayers. All of your voices matter, now more than ever. Tonight, we came together as a community to remember the 6 million Jewish lives that were stolen, to honor those who survived against all odds, and to show our respect for the liberators who put their own lives on the line in order for all of us to be here today. Thank you for showing us that although we are physically apart, that we're not together in Wilkins Theater as we are every other year, we are not alone. We are not alone in our caring for Holocaust survivors, for our commitment to education, and our long-term commitment to remembering today and every day. In that vein, I invite you to learn the story of one Holocaust survivor, to learn that person's name, for them not to be a number, but a concrete human being who had a life before, during, and after the war. Tonight, I am thinking of my uncle's father, Max Lieberman. I am thinking of my friends, Anita Eckstein and Susan Garfield, and all of my survivors in North America who have made such a lasting and profound impact on my life. So I ask you to do the same, to learn that one story. And if you feel inspired, to tell someone else, to continue sharing the message and the legacy that we will not forget. Never again, never forget. We stand tonight to make the world a better place for our children and our grandchildren. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. And thank you for caring. Next year together. Good night.